Beautiful. That's great.
Hi, I'm Dave from Boomerang. That's the bass flute that I'm playing, that you might see me playing at our shows when we start doing them again.
Is it heavy?
Yeah, for a flute it's heavy, but it's not super heavy. It's also like the way they have, like if you see little kids when they start playing, they have a bent thing like this for a regular C flute. So sometimes it makes me look really small, as if I'm playing a little kid's flute. But you don't see a lot of bass flutes in Celtic music. I play jazz as well, so you see more of them for flute players in jazz. It's usually not as low as it is, but I'm using an octave pedal. It's a Boss octaver. Hopefully get endorsement. And I'm using a Super Ego, basically a freeze pedal type thing. That's without it. And with a big PA, that sounds amazing. Anyways, that's one instrument I play.
What are the other questions people normally ask you about that flute? Usually just, what is that?
They say, what the hell is that thing?
Frequently asked questions with Dave Gossage.
Yes.
Question 1, what is that thing?
They're even bigger than this. They have contrabass flutes that are about from here to the ground, and they go up like this.
Oh, we need one of those.
And I want to get one of those. If anybody wants to get me one of those, I'd appreciate that.
Your birthday's coming up.
Birthdays. Yeah. But it's really good because in our band, we use these pedals and we try to cover all the sounds we can cover on the record, and we know this is a way to get a sustained low bass, as if you were doing it with a bass with a bow, or a cello with a bow. You just have that sustaining forever. But my regular flute I play is this.
That's a wood flute, right?
Yes. Sometimes mistaken for a clarinet.
Or an oboe.
Like this. Or an oboe. You'd be surprised. Yeah. And it's different from a regular Irish flute because it has keys. It's a bone system flute. Most Irish flutes are similar to the whistle. This is a whistle. They just have 6 holes, but they're played off to the side, like this. But with this one, I can play fully chromatically. So. And that's the advantage to this flute. Also, because I play jazz, I've always played these fully chromatic flutes. And I have the Irish ones that I play sometimes, but I prefer this particular flute. This is flute from 1910.
Ooh.
It's very old and very fragile. So don't grab it. People do. They come up to the stage and they can, I hold your flute? You say, no, you can't do that. And the other instrument I play are whistles. Actually, I got to get a whistle that is in my bag. Excuse me. The other instruments I play are the whistles. For you whistle heads out there, these are Colin Goldie whistles. They used to be Overton. This is a regular D whistle. I don't need this for this. D. Any questions? This is an F whistle. This is actually probably my favorite. The only trouble with this whistle is after Celine Dion did the Titanic, and there's everybody thought that everything I played on this was the Titanic.
I was going to ask you to play it. Do you know My Heart Will Go On?
I just did it.
Keep going.
Because this one has a very, I guess that's because it has a very distinct sound, you know. So any Irish movie or film you see, you're gonna hear this whistle. Sometimes they use them slightly lower, like the D one, which is about that big, but it's usually the F whistle. Haste to the Weddings, Shot of Jamie, and Off to California was played on this little whistle that I've been playing for years. I mean, it's my teeth marks are indented in the aluminum from playing in the pubs for so much, which takes a long time.
Do you get more sound out of a good bite like that?
I think so. But it's funny because every whistler has a different, their teeth marks end up in different places. Some people underneath, some people on top, or, everybody plays differently, but mine have to be there. But it makes it very comfortable to play.
In Shot of Jamie, you're actually doing circular breathing. Are there other whistle players who do circular breathing on?
Yeah, I think there are.
Yeah?
I remember hearing about it and thinking, well, that's something I should learn how to do.
Okay.
Because I know in jazz there's a lot of us who do it, and it's very hard to do on the flute. I've been working a bit on that, but because it means developing all new muscles in your you need back pressure. So with this, you can do it. You can just go on forever because you have the back pressure. But without that back pressure, you can't do it. So that's why saxophone players do it all the time. And
they all do it.
But it's just one of those things because it comes in very handy. Often I don't do it in reels. It's often when you have some kind of background figure like a. It gets really boring.
You
to do it forever.
A headache really quickly?
No.
Not from the combination of the air and the pitch?
No, I don't. Surprisingly.
And you sometimes bend the pitches, right? You
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
which is
people
You mean
always
like
ask
this?
About is that what you do? Is that how you get the pitches to bend?
This is what I do to hypnotize the audiences.
big glissandi.
Yes.
The stinky bits?
That's the sting. I also use a technique that is used in bansuri playing, which is Indian flutes, traditional Indian, South Indian music. Or is it North Indian?
North Indian.
North Indian.
Oh, both.
They use this, where they'll bend notes. Like one of those slide whistles. That's why I learned how to do it. It was mostly so to entertain 4-year-olds.
And drunk people.
We're going to the circus.
But it comes in very handy. Because in Irish music, you have a lot of these little short slides. So I just extended it. Well, that was a bad one. That's that. If you have any other questions, if you want to know anything about these instruments or anything about anything, just feel free to comment below or shoot us a note.